Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 7 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to add in the roof, and then we added some curtain walls, and then we added some stairs here in the front, and then close it off here. Now we're gonna continue working on this. What I'm planning to do is I'm gonna concentrate in the front, so I need to go to south elevation, and then from south elevation, we're going to add in more details here by using in place mask. So here we need to go to architecture, click on the drop down under component, and then model in place. And then from here, we need to choose generic model. Now it's the time where we're going to design this area or this front facade, and we're going to use it by using extrusion. And then we're going to pick a plane. It asks us to pick a plane, and then we're going to use this plane right here. And then from this plane, let's set up the material first. I'm going to use paint, and then from here, or we could use plaster, wall texture stucco. We could put this one up, and then let's duplicate this or create a material. So duplicate the selected materials. I'm going to put paint 1. So we have paint 1, apply, OK, and then now we could just create our own. We might change this a bit depending on what our changes are here. As you know, we have a parapet at the top, and then let's just add this one up to the corner. So AL up to there, TR, trim and extend, and then delete this. Let's maintain the thickness. So that's 400 here. We need to change this to 400. And the reason for that now is we need to change this window wall as well. So we need to change some of those just to incorporate our design right there. Now let's click on finish. So that's done. Don't click finish yet because we can create one more, and then we could place it actually on this side, because this wall, this paint is actually something that I'm just gonna put a grayish paint on top. So what we could do is we could create extrusion, pick a plane, which is the same plane right here, and then we're gonna use the same material. Here I'm going to add 400 again, and then here 400. So we need to add this one with 400. So we might push this one up to the side. So something like that. TR, and then TR. And then now delete the remaining like that. So we need to push some stuff later on, and then click finish. So now we have two separate. So click finish and then finish again. Now we could just extend both of them. Something like that. I extended this part. And don't you worry about the other. We can extend it a bit later on, like that. So different width like that. And I'm happy with the way it looks. Now we just need to clean up some of this one. So we could push this one onto this side, and then we can just push the car like that. And then we want to make sure that our stairs are good. Um, we could edit more and then push it more so that it has a wider feel to it. So let's put in 1800. So that's good. Click finish, and then let's look at it at 3D like that. Now what we could do here is we could add in a block here. What we could do is we could change this to all this facade right here to wood, and it will look better for us. I believe so. The reason that I'm extending this as well, so if we check, I want to make sure that the door is good enough for this size. So we might change this a bit in order. So I'm gonna push this one. So let's put this one at 700 from this wall, from this grid. So number 3. The reason for that is so that we could give this more space. And as you can see, it looks much better in terms of spacing. And if we go to south elevation, we can expand that more. And don't forget to fix the both of this. So I just nudge it in place. But what we could do is AL at the end. So that's perfect. And then we could AL at the top. And then from here, I don't think we should apply that AL, but we could maybe make this one thicker. I don't know if that looks it looks better, but something to think of. And then here, what I want to do is change, maybe we could wrap around this one with wood siding, just to change this a bit. So that's what I'm gonna wrap around something like this. So we need to go to model in place again, generic model. And then here, what I'm planning to do is a sweep, pick path, 3D, and then TR. I wanted to put it at the end here. So that's good. Click finish, edit profile. And then here, we could just put paint number 1 as well. And then here, we could just copy the same thing. In terms of height, I don't know yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a line. There we go. And in terms of thickness, we could check that one later on. And then here, what happened now is we could just click finish, check this one, edit in place, check how big is this one, extrusion, 600. Let's maintain 600. So that's fine. Now click here, edit, select this one, and then we want it to be extruded. Looks like we cannot change the extrusion part. We could just change the sweep part or the profile. So edit profile, select here, 600. So now we're good. It looks very thick. I think it's better to make it good enough, but not too much. So that looks nice, the way it looks, but it's really thick on the way it shows. But at the same time, we can add in some lights at the top right here. So I'm not concerned of the on that aspect. So we can actually add it here as well. Next thing is we're gonna select the walls, and then here base constraint to be ground. Now we're extending the wall like that. Here we could just extend it all the way down. For this top, we could just stop from the top right here. This one, let's check. This is actually model cast in place, similar to that. So I'm just going to change that to lightweight because I remember they have the same, so that we could keep on changing materials depending on what happens. And then here, now that we drag that one up, we need to fix this one. So we could just like that, add that there, and then up there. And then now what we could do is we could change the materials of these walls, that is the faces of this one as well. So what I do is go to modify, click paint, and choose something that you haven't used yet. I'm gonna choose earth. I know we haven't used that, just to represent that material. I know we have this one right there, and we need this face and there. So now this will be wood. We're gonna put wood there. This will maintain as white. We could actually just change this one as well, and this one. So let's just do that. We could add in paint as well. And then look for something that we know we haven't added yet. Parking stripe, we could just use that just to change this. And then now we have something like look like this. It looks boxy, but we could add more just to give it more look, a much better look. We could add in some pots here, and then the ground below, and then we need to slope it as well. Okay, so we need to slope it right about here. So from the top here for level 1, slowly we're gonna ground it, and then here let's add in a model in place. So go to your ground floor, and then here what we could do is we could go to architecture, model in place, generic model again, and will be another extrusion. We're gonna choose the extrusion ground, which is already provided with us, and then here we could just add some decorative pieces, and then we need an offset of 50 from the inside, like that. Click finish, and then let's look at it at 3D. Let's push it up all the way there. We need to expand that one. Something like that. I think that's perfect height. We can just add in small stuff right here. Click finish. And then we can just edit this one again. In terms of material, we forgot to change this. Let's duplicate that. Duplicate, paint number 2. And then now, create an extrusion. Click finish, go to 3D to extrude that part. Okay. Now we could change this material again. Duplicate, paint number 3. Apply, OK, and then finish. You can add more details here by adding a top portion that goes around, maybe around here at the top there, but it's up to you now. So what we could do is add in our glass, curtain grids. What I usually do is go to the midpoint of each. For this one, we could delete curtain grid. We can put in 3. So 1000 each is good. Let's try this one as well. So let's do curtain grid. So let's try and get the there we go. Now click on your mullion, all grid, add those, add that, and add that. Go back here to your 3D. Let's add the one in the middle, curtain grid. Just add in the middle, and then go back here, add mullion, all grid. Here we could just add the curtain grid. So 3. And then now let's add mullion, all grid. So that's perfect. I'm happy with this. So we're gonna finish here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.